Welcome back to the Thrift Store Horde. Jason here. Of course, I'm joined by my other hoarders, Adam and Kevin. Hey, guys.
Howdy, howdy. Feeling thrifty.
New year, new thrift.
Yes. Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully you had a great holiday season, and we're right on the tail end here. Got to go back to work, got to go back to school, all that fun stuff. But we did get a chance to go out a couple times and do some thrifting over the holidays. And I don't think I picked up any last minute gifts at the thrift store, but just throwing it out there to you guys, how much of your gifts did you find at the thrift store this year? Kevin.
Okay. Are we counting antique malls markets as thrifting as well?
Anything that's thrifty. Yeah.
So from the city, technically, I live in right now to where my mom is, which is where I go for Christmas. There's an antique mall right when I start the journey. Last year, 2021, because we're 2023 now. 2021, I was heading up Christmas Eve morning, I think, and I thought, I want one more thing for it. Just one more thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is, but I want one more thing. And I stopped at this antique mall on the drive up and found something. And then I had to get a frame for it and everything too. But it was a old picture, like old black and white photo of where she went to college from the same time frame that she was there.
Oh, neat.
Just happened to be there at this thrift store. So this year, I was searching for weeks. I posted it on Facebook and Twitter. I'm like, I need one more gift. I need one more gift. And it was, I want one more thing from my mom, and I don't know what it is. And I thought, let me just try that place again, just for the heck of it. So my mom collects Barbies. She has all of her life. She loved them when she was a little kid and they first came out. And then now she gets like the, big display, cool ones, that you want to keep in a box, but you want to put on display too. Like we have the problem with figures and statues and all. There was a Queen Elizabeth one that sold out within like 2 minutes earlier this year that she's very upset she didn't get, and the skyrocketing aftermarket price for it now. But I found it's not quite Barbie, but it's Barbie adjacent. It was a set of Gone with the Wind dolls.
Wow.
Barbie size, still in box, still in package, looked amazing. I think they were originally like 89, maybe 1989. I mean, not $89, but 1989. And they had two versions of Scarlet, and they had another one. They didn't have Mammy, and they didn't have another guy, but they still have these. I'm like, oh, she would love this. And I'm debating, going back and forth. And I thought, I'll get these three. I don't know if she will care about the fourth one. I bring it up. The person working the register happened to be the person whose booth it is. It was one of those ones, like, you work a couple hours a week at their antique place. And she said, I don't want to see the set broken up. No one's going to come in for the one. I will throw in the fourth one for free.
Oh, nice.
Just take it all. I'm like, oh my God. And the fourth one, that was one I was not going to get, was my mom's favorite.
Oh, cool. Cool.
I was so happy. So, I mean, next 2023 Christmas time, I'll probably just stop at that place first now. I had very good luck 2 years in a row.
Save a little time. Right. Yeah. What about you, Adam?
I will say for my mom's birthday, I got her a Gone with the Wind commemorative plate from a thrift store. So that's definitely, she loves that movie. It's a mom thing. But actually, yeah. So as far as gifting, yes, most of my friends and online friends, is all thrift store vintage stuff that I got. But specifically for my best buddy Jeff, that I did a sequel quest with, and the Two Goofs podcast and all of that. Every year I get him a vintage gift, even though it's not 100% his thing. Like last year I got him The Last Starfighter, the mini series that was like the adaptation, the comics.
Got those. Yeah.
This year I went to a store, and he loves the movie Tron, the first one especially. And so I found the original movie magazine of Tron. I should have saved it just to share on the show and then sent it to him. But I got that for him. It is like complete with like posters and everything inside. It was super awesome. But when I got there, so it was marked $2. And I had seen it like a month or two before. And I was like, oh, it's getting close to Christmas. Let me see if it's still there. I bought it. But when I took it up, it was a guy who was like filling in for the owner of the shop. He's like, oh, at least saw $2. He's like, where'd you find this? He's like, I better call it in. I was like, oh man.
Oh no.
So he calls up the guy, and the guy's like, "No, it's $2." He's like, "Okay, I just want to make sure." So I got it for $2, a vintage, Tron. So Jeff, if you're watching, which I know you're not, I still love you. It's worth more than $2. I just got a deal. So
there you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't like it when they do that unless you're trying to find a price on something. Hey, call up the so and so here that owns this booth. Give me a price on this, or can I make a deal? But yeah, don't do that to me. Like Kevin says, that's the people at RetroCon that's looking to eBay, as you're sitting there. Well, there's the price right there. Come on, man. Whatever. Anyway, we didn't do much. I didn't do much thrifting for like family members and things. But yeah, I sent a hodgepodge of stuff to Mickey that was just random stuff, vintage stuff. So I kind of tend to collect throughout the year, and I'll have stuff laying around when it comes Christmas time. Okay, now it's time to send it, that kind of a thing. But I had a couple other things I wanted to throw by you. One was a lesson learned, and I should have known better, because buying electronics, I prefer to test them first. When you're out there at Goodwill or whatever, usually they'll have a place where you can plug it up, try it out, whatever. Not always stuff that's battery powered, but sometimes you take a chance. And my Walkman died on me, I don't know, about 2 years ago now. And I've been dying to find one in the wild at a decent price. I have seen some Walkmans they wanted like $50, $60 for. I'm like, no, I need one that's an off-brand I can play tapes with, So I went on the Shop Goodwill site, and I bought a lot of 7 different cassette players. I think it was like $35, untested. I got one of these has to work, okay, and one of them does work, and that's about it. But I wanted to show off just for the aesthetics of cassette players. But you remember these old things, with the cassette that pops out from the front there. This one kind of works. It's a little slow. I'm hoping I can put a little grease to the wheels, and make that one come back to life. There was one more. This one's dead. But gosh, I love these things. We always had them at the library or at school, to play something for an assignment. And then just random, these are not the Sony Walkmans, but just random cassette players,
Is that one GE brand? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so that was a GE brand. RCA with the bass boost. Ooh. Yeah, that one just plays static. I wish that one worked. This one is a Windsor. The radio actually works, but the tape player does not. Kind of sucks. This is the coolest one of the bunch. I wanted this one to work. A Toshiba that actually has a equalizer on the front, so you can tune your tunes to how you like to listen to it. That one's dead. The only one that did work was Mr. Sharp here. So I got 1 out of 7 that actually popped the tape in, popped some batteries in. It was fine. And the rest, I'm just going to have to call a loss. So lesson learned, electronics, you got to be willing to take the risk, really, if you're not going to be able to test them ahead of time. The other fun thing that kind of came to mind as I'm at the thrift store, I don't know about you guys, but I can find photo albums just at every store, less than $1. And we have all these pictures back from, old pictures, school pictures, and then pictures that we took when digital camera was the thing. And even when you had film, you took to Walmart or Kmart and got them developed. Pictures just in boxes. So I was like, I'm going to go out. I bought 4 photo albums for, I think it was a total like $250. But, you can find just random things, random photo albums. Go out and dig up your old pictures that are in a box somewhere and just start laying them out, man. So there we go. There's some old pictures of me and Mom and Dad somewhere around Halloween there. I don't know why I didn't actually carve it. I just carved out like the face. But, all these old Polaroid pictures I had. There's me and Dad around Christmas time. I think that's around 85. I had him hold up my Masters of the Universe Panini sticker album, and I took a picture and me there by the Christmas tree, since we're around, Christmas time. But anyway, that's a fun project. If you got some old photos collecting dust, sitting in a box somewhere, go buy some cheap photo albums at the thrift store and start putting some pictures in and have them out, show them to your kids. That's one of the things, like, they look at some of those pictures and they're like, who is that? What are you doing? Fun things like that. So I don't know. There's something to throw at you. I actually found an old album. It was one of the ones, all black pages, and they have the little corners, to stick the picture in. And there was actually some old pictures in there. A certified Olin Mills picture was still left in one of these. I should have just grabbed it, for the heck of it. Random people, whoever they were. But that was fun, just digging through 2 or 3 stores and finding some cheap albums to bring home and start putting some pictures in. So.
While we're on that topic, I'm just going to strategically share these. So I don't know if you guys have run into this, but when I've ordered issues of Wizard off eBay or gotten stuff from the thrift store, sometimes inside a book, people shove a picture for some reason. It got used as a bookmark or whatever. So I have gotten some random pictures over the years. This is one that just appeared recently. This is somebody at a prom. Okay. So they're got a white tuxedo, this red sequin dress. I'm covering up the face, strategically, just in case. This is the weirdest one though. Okay. So look at this right here. This is, you can see an old computer in the background. You can see a baby crib, but the person in the picture, I'm going to lift it up just a little, I don't know if you can even see, but she has a pacifier in her mouth. I don't know what was going on here, if this is somebody's kink or if this is just, cleaning up the baby area. But those, they're just so random to find these private candid photos. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I got a kick out of those too. I'm going to have to go back and just buy that album. I don't know what it was, 50 cents or $1, just for the pictures that were inside. And I think it was from Woolworth. They had a pack of those little picture corners that you stick in there that was from Woolworth. So, fun stuff like that. Anyway, all right. So who's got some stuff to share? I've got just a hodgepodge of things, books and cassettes, 1 VHS tape, and other random stuff. I don't know. What do you guys got over there?
Kevin, you got some books?
1 or 2.
Okay.
You want to lead off, Kevin?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Oh. Okay. Random pile 1. All right. So I had very good luck just finding random things for my kid. Maybe not. Depends. He's, sometimes I get him something and he doesn't care, and sometimes he cares right away, and sometimes it's 3 months later, it's suddenly the greatest thing in the world. So I'll see. But for those of you that don't know, he and I have been watching the cartoon series Young Justice. We actually just finished it yesterday at the time of this recording, and I'm trying to figure out just how great I think it is. Is it better than Batman animated series? That's the debate I'm having right now. It's that good. So, and we're also trying to figure out the next thing, but HBO Max is pulling so many things right now. The Justice League cartoon is pulled. They announced they pulled 250 of the 500 or whatever Looney Tunes cartoons today.
Really?
Westworld is pulled off of it. Now, the rumor is that HBO Max wants to have a free version, like Freevee, which is Amazon IMDb. HBO Max is going to launch a free with ads streaming service sometime this year. So they're pulling content that they know would get people to go for this free app when they launch it. And then they'll say, oh, we had 10 million people download it the first day because they want to watch Looney Tunes and Westworld and whatever. And we played, 1 million commercials for them too. So because of that, if I can find Young Justice, I'm grabbing it. This is my new decision that he and I have to own this because it meant so much to both of us now. So I happened to find season 2 while I was out. I was so excited. So the problem is season 1, I know was on DVD. Season 3 was DC Universe when that app was a thing. Season 4 is HBO Max exclusive. So we'll see if they're released. I wonder if it might be those Warner Direct releases that they did sometimes. Hopefully, we'll see. We're taking a break from reading this right now because Damian Wayne read Charles Dickens, which means my kid has to now read Charles Dickens. We're reading A Christmas Carol a little bit each night. But what we have been reading is Encyclopedia Brown. And I had a couple, and now I have more.
Nice.
I'm so excited. Case of the Treasure Hunt solves them all. Tracks them down. Sets the pace.
Mm-hmm.
The Case of the Exploding Plumbing. And carries on. So we've read 2 of the books already, not 2 of these, but 2 of the other ones. I think there's like 30 something in the series total. Something crazy like that. There was a short-lived TV show on HBO, which we haven't done that yet, but I'm curious. But anyone watching that has kids of a certain age, they still hold up. Like I've only, in 2 books, I've only had to explain one thing to him that he didn't know what it was. And that was someone was selling divining rods to find metal instead of water. He didn't. He's 9. Why should he know what a divining rod is anyways? So I had to explain that one. For Christmas, his mom got him a snow cone machine, and he called me up Christmas, FaceTime me, and his mouth was already all, red, blue, whatever from it. And he loves the thing. So while I was out, I happened to find.
There it is. Yeah.
I've not tested it yet. I've not gone through everything yet. I've not bought, coloring, dye, flavoring, whatever the heck yet. But it was there, and I'm like, if I look for everything else first and then come back, it's not going to be here. Let me get it now, figure it out later. If it doesn't work, I'll put it up on eBay as like a parts thing or whatever, if someone else wants the box or whatever, and I'll even out,
That's classic.
Yeah, I had to. No, that is last. Okay. Weird stuff now. That was all I found for him. I found the Monster Jam souvenir yearbook. Someone in 2013, someone 10 years ago had a good enough time at Monster Jam, but not good enough time to keep this.
I've got one of those laying around, maybe around that year.
Elliott Smith, Autumn to Wild. I have no idea what this is, but it's some photographer. Autumn to Wild was a photographer, worked with Elliott Smith on photo shoots, and then it came with this CD as well. And I knew nothing about it and was super curious. So I'm like, let me just, I haven't found anything music related in forever. So I just felt like I could check off that I found something musical.
Ask your local hipster; they'll tell you.
I know one or two. From 1981, or at least that's copyright, could be later printing, the TSR Fiend Folio for Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh,
nice. I've never seen this one before.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have no idea, what printing or anything it is yet, or if, it's in demand or whatever, but I had to grab it. For research purposes later on and just for fun, old TV guides.
Oh,
so if you recall, they actually did this other way. They had multiple covers. It was the whole Simpsons cast on the couch. And then I think I had this X-Files from A to X episode. I think we all went through our obsession with the X-Files for a little while. So I had to know everything going on for it. All right. Normal, then weird, then comics. All right. Next to Encyclopedia Brown, there was a bunch that seemed like similar thickness here. So the Encyclopedia Browns were all like that. And some were similar thickness, and I thought it was more Encyclopedia Browns. It was not. There was something even better. It's Disney Adventures.
Yeah!
Oh!
I haven't seen these in forever. And I really want to take a look at them now.
Hey, you need one of these. How about that? I found one myself. First time ever.
Yeah. I remember seeing them years and years ago when I didn't care. And I'm so mad I didn't grab them then. Okay. There was also a Colossal Comics collection thing that's same, digest size. Spider-Man one, X-Men. Wayne's World and Cruella de Vil.
I had that one. Yeah.
Wow.
No, maybe. I don't know. I was just listening to Purple Stuff, and they were talking about the Wayne's World VHS thing at McDonald's.
Yep.
Kind of wonder if it was the same thing. Cindy Crawford and the Genie.
Nice.
Jenny Garth and Marsupilami.
Wow.
I know who both of these people are in this cover. And Gargoyles one. So 2 Gargoyles ones.
Nice.
Yeah, whenever I can sit through, those will be articles.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So granted, MTV is trash, but it's also very disposable, which means when I find stuff that's MTV, it's usually only printed once and then people want it. So I have no desire to keep this at all. But it seems it was dirt cheap, and I'll probably just flip it for a few bucks. I don't even know what it is. I don't do MTV reality shows. This one I will watch and then decide what I'm doing with it. But it is a horror adventure, whatever movie, I don't even know, from 1970, starring John Carradine. Bigfoot.
Yeah, cool.
So it just looks. Here, I'll cover up. Here, there's how big he is in comparison. Thanks for that. But I don't know if it's tongue in cheek or if it's horror or what it is. But I'm gonna have to, and it's from Cheesy Flicks Entertainment, so you know it's good. All right. Speaking of odd things here, I saw like a drawing on a cover, and I thought it was comic-y, and it's not. But then I was looking at it. So this is the life and hard times of Heidi Abramowitz. Don't know.
Oh, okay. And this is Joan Rivers, yes?
By Joan Rivers.
Yeah, I have the videotape.
There's a videotape?
They did a special on cable where it is a tribute to Heidi Abramowitz, and Joan Rivers gets all these famous people to tell these stories about this fake woman. It is
because it's. I mean, we can put 2 and 2 together here on the back.
Yeah.
And she is 23 apparently at the time of this, 1984. That doesn't seem right. Yeah. Anyways, but it's her telling stories about like this promiscuous woman, and yes, that was like part of her comedy routine, and they put it down. I didn't know there was a special too.
Yeah, that's awesome. We got to pair those together somehow.
Right, yeah, I pretty much want to get like an article out of this, but I was just like, what an oddity to find.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, this looked fun. I have no idea what I'm doing with it yet. But I've never seen it before, so I was super excited. But it's the inside story of Jim Henson's Creature Shop. No strings attached.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I mean, we got, was it Pinocchio, 101 Dalmatians, Turtles there. That's I think that's a dog from Storyteller, maybe. I don't know all of them, but it's got pictures of all the stuff that they've done. I think Jim Henson was one of the best people to just bring joy and magic to the world, and so I'm super excited to see more of that here.
Cool.
All right, then it is comics, and I got what I ordered because I was putting stuff down. All right, I only found one, but I got Heathcliff Dines out. I'm still doing my small, comic strip collection stuff.
Sure.
Christmas time is over, but we still have Tales from the Holidays.
Huh.
All Krampus Spectacular. It was a different one by Dandy Press. All right. Is this Damien or is this Clark? Nope, it's Young. So I thought it was Damien, but it is not. It is younger versions. But it is DC Comics Secret Hero Society Detention of Doom.
Wow.
So it's the kids as, high school age and a little adventure. It's kind of graphic novel, Wimpy Kid hybrid, I would say. Cool. So I'm gonna see if he'll sit down and pay attention to it with me. We'll see. All right. Random graphic novel, Uncanny Avengers, The Apocalypse Twins. I have no idea. I was not reading Uncanny Avengers. I think I know what this story is, and I think I was very confused when I read about it on Wikipedia. So maybe this will help. Who had a coloring book last time? Someone had a coloring book last time or 2 times ago.
I might have had a couple.
Shocked that it wasn't colored in.
Oh yeah, I had a Smurfs coloring book that I found.
Okay.
A few times ago.
So I found Marvel Superheroes
Ooh.
coloring book.
Wow.
Now, it's not cut apart, thankfully, because you can cut Hulk or Mr. Fantastic and then do the little like slide things to make it seem like they're moving and all. It is colored inside, but it's actually colored pretty well.
It's a Marvel tryout book now.
Yeah, so I can't complain. Like I was actually like, yeah, I'm all right with that. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, if there's still some pages left, it'll sell.
Oh, I don't know. I might keep this. I was just so cool looking. You know, and some aren't. So yeah, it was just super cool looking. There's usually one that I thought it was autographed for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Randomly with the children's books.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
So I mean, I saw the logo at a distance. I'm like, why is there a wizard just randomly sitting there with the kids' book? So yeah, it was counted with the kids' floppy books there.
That's a nice copy too. Mine's a little ratty, so that's a pretty nice copy you have there.
Yeah, I was shocked to find it. I mean, maybe I have it. Maybe I have one of the other covers. It was issue 210, but I had to grab it. All right, and last one, and this is an oddity. So Adam, I don't know if you know anything here. All right, you know Wizards, you know Heroes, you know Toy Fair, you know previews. Have you ever, because I never saw it before seeing this, have you ever seen Comic Scoreboard?
No. Wow.
Yeah, I hadn't either at all. So here we're hyping up Zero Hour. This issue is August 1994. So we're hyping up Zero Hour. On the other side, we have Time Walker from Valiant. I do not remember this one at all. I remembered Zero Hour. It's pretty much previews, but a different company doing it.
Yeah, interesting.
But it's real close to previews. Now, do they have an article on this one? They have an article on Malibu doing an Aladdin comic. They have a 0-month hype. They have an interview with someone for Valiant. Dennis Kitchen interview. Topps Comics Lone Ranger. Warp Graphics Wendy Peeney interview. So there's a ton in here. But then here's what got me too, because I think we can timestamp it here. The Marvel solicits are the flip of it and glossy. So I'm wondering if this is around the distribution wars that they're having.
Yeah, that's
pulling their stuff out of previews or having a separate magazine or whatever. I'm wondering if the timeline's up, and I haven't like really deep dove into it.
You got a Wizard ad right on that inside cover, so that should tell us the time frame. Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah, so and they're hyping up. So even though Marvel's its own side and glossy, there's the front thing is still Batman meets Punisher.
That's cool.
But I've never seen this before. I did look, there's a handful on eBay. They go for more than I want to spend for curiosity right now. But I have never seen these before. So again, 2023, resolutions here, try to get more articles and stuff up, hopefully here.
I'll look forward to seeing what you find in there.
But yeah, I know it'd be great. Do I have it? There's no way I still have it. Because I have some previews over here to the side that I collected. It'd be interesting if I had the August 94 previews to compare and contrast to it. Maybe I'll look into it. I know someone who has all of them. Maybe I'll see. I might be able to access scans of it. That might be a thing. All right, sorry. I'm booking in my head. Okay, that was all the craziness I found this time. I'm excited for that coloring book just because it's so odd. I'm excited for that comic scoreboard. Yeah. And I'm excited to just do, fun things with my kid if he actually likes it. If not, then oh well.
Nice.
All right, Adam. So what do you got? You want me to go next, or?
Yeah, why don't you go nest? I have something I think is going to be a nice bookend to what you were bringing up at the top of the show.
Okay. All right. Gosh. It just several stores. Some I go to often, like the Goodwill. I usually strike out on, and I found a couple of things this time that just kind of blew me out of the water. Let's start with books. I got some books. Actually, we're going to start with some Garfield stuff. You guys know I love Garfield. Random Garfield photo album that I found. More recent. I don't know what, but it's still like the classic design, which I love. Found a 3-pack of the Garfield Best Buds activity pads. Don't know what year these are. They got a barcode on them, so probably more modern. This just blew my mind, mainly because of the picture. These are notes and envelopes to send to people. Look at this picture of Garfield. He's out chilling on the beach. He's got his little gosh, what's the bear's name? I can't remember it now.
Spooky.
I'm on the spot. But look at this boom box he's got out on the beach. But these are like little. There's the envelope.
So is that painted art or is that computer like generated art? Can you tell?
I know. It says just a note. So the little
I guess
envelope,
the copyright would tell us if we know what year it's from, but it looks painted.
yeah, and I can't find a copyright on here. I was trying to find what years, but these kind of blew me away. The notes themselves look like not like that because that's blank. It's got that same picture down here with some notes coming from the boombox, but it's from the Pause company, and there's no copyright or year on here, so it kind of blew me away. It's from the Mead Corporation, so I don't know. I thought that was the coolest thing, though, just kind of out of the blue. And then speaking of Garfield, Garfield's jokes from the lunch line. So yeah, we'll have to throw one. What's an astronaut's favorite food? Launch meat. Launch meat, people. This newer thrift store, it got a new location. They pulled out some stuff I hadn't seen before. These books I thought were fun, and I pulled out. Maybe it would be fun to do like an audio presentation or a podcast. All these moments in sports history. So 30 years of pro football's greatest moments. Yeah, check out who's on the cover there. The Juice. Great moments in pro basketball. Sports shorts. Astonishing, strange, but true. Amazing sports records and other oddities. And all these are kind of like 70s, 80s era. And then Sports Illustrated, they said it. 200 of the funniest sports quips and quotes.
Oh, that's got to be good.
So, I don't know. That they kind of stuck out to me, $1 a piece. Kevin, I'm also finding some more comic strip books. I found another Andy Capp, Meet Andy Capp. So I'm assuming this is one of the first ones. Copyright 1963. So that might be his first book. I haven't looked it up. Here we go. From 1995, Scooby-Doo Picnic Panic, a pop-up fun book. So you get like Scooby, if I can get it here, Scooby jumping in the lake.
Oh.
And where's the big pop-up one? I thought this was fun. There you go. He's in the woods. Hello there. Hiding in the bushes. And yeah, I thought that was a fun little a book to find. Oh, it was the squirrels all along going after the food. Anyway, that was really fun. I found when I was home, had to take a trip back to PA and found some time to hit the local Goodwill, and I found 3 Far Side books. So there's Wildlife Preserves, and these are all late 80s, I think, like 87, 88, 89, something like that. Night of the Crash Test Dummies. And then the Far Side Observer. So I haven't looked to see, it says collection number 8. I guess it does have a collection number. Collection 9 and collection 10. So there you go. I had a couple of those that I actually bought at Barnes and Noble or someplace in the mall. And I haven't been, that's the first time I've found some in the wild that are Far Side. Of course, that Disney Adventures. This one I found, maybe you guys can help me out. This came out 1987. It is a large book, Hollywoodland.
What on earth?
By Kim Deutsch.
Not a clue. That stick on the back's familiar, though, actually.
That looks like one of the record stores, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Kmart. graphic novel. So I had never heard of this before. Hollywoodland. The art is really fun in here, and it was a pretty large book. And it's in the kids' book section, so I got it for like $1.
It
and
looks
seeing
super.
the author's picture on the back, I had no idea. So
Oh,
I'll have to look that up.
No,
Okay,
it looks like to me, it looks like a super indie comic strip, like in a college newspaper or something.
It could have been. And Fantagraphics Books published it.
Okay.
I had known nothing about it, but it looked cool, so I picked it up. All right, let's get on to some media. I only found one fun VHS, and it's still sealed. Dr. Rabbit's World Tour by Colgate.
What?
Colgate. Still sealed. 1998. So once children have embarked on Dr. Rabbit's World Tour, they'll be ready to take care of their own bright smiles with pride. It's a journey they'll want to take again and again. So it's some cartoon that Colgate made to get you to brush your teeth. Found that for 50 cents. So just an oddity, but I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up. And then I hit the jackpot. Was it the day? No, it was a few days ago. We went into one of the Goodwills. Somebody had unloaded their entire Blu-ray and DVD collection. And for a while now, I've been wanting to get some of my favorite shows on DVD. And I've been, looking at Amazon. I got some of them on my wish list, and sometimes they'll come down where you can get a season for around 10 or a little bit less than $10, not for $3 a piece. So I got Knight Rider, season 1, season 2, season 3 for $3 a piece. Somebody must have cleaned out the Dukes of Hazzard, because all they left me was the Coy Vance season. So I got that for $3. Season 5. And then for $4, I had been wanting to get this collection too on Blu-ray or DVD. I have HBO Max, but not all the time. I switch from service to service. So there's the Christopher Reeve collection of the Superman movies, 4 of them. So I picked those up. There's some fun special features on that. And that's DVD. It's not Blu-ray, but
yeah, I remember when that came out, all the special features were a huge deal. Yeah. And I think the Superman 2 is like the extended cut, so I was excited to get that. Okay, some cassettes, singles, of course. I think I already have this one, Patti Smythe. I might have. Did I show all these off already? I don't know. In Vogue, that was still sealed. I might have shown these off last time. No, I don't think so. I would have remembered that.
Okay.
One. That's cool.
Girl, it's true. Oh, no, girl, I'm going to miss you. Yeah. Milli Vanilli. There's another Paula Abdul. I might have that one, Cold Hearted. This one I thought was fun. Radio Classics, The Shadow.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So original broadcasts from 1945. The Destroyer and the Little Man Who Wasn't There. I thought that was cool. And then full albums, Led Zepp 2, yes. And then Sting's 10 Summoner Tales, that's sealed. So I have that one actually already. So that one's going to go up on eBay. Okay. The other Goodwill that we hit that has had nothing for months. I went back to the kind of kids and books section there, and they have a shelf of toys and things. I saw a yellow lunchbox, and I'm not a lunchbox collector by any means. So, but I do look, and if it's a decent price, I'll pick it up. This was $3. Mork and Mindy.
Nanu.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that'd be something to store little things in,
No thermos inside?
No thermos inside. No, fortunately. That's the first thing I look for.
You'd have to drink with your finger, do it Coke style.
Okay. I think I'm going to give this to my dad because the only sport that he and I ever bonded over was NASCAR. And his driver was Darrell Waltrip, and found a starting lineup of Darrell Waltrip.
Oh.
So with the trading card, of course. So yeah, I'm going to give that to him maybe for his birthday this year. Speaking of sports, I got 2 things left, I think. Yes, 2 things left. This I found at our favorite store up in Prattville that they just put any kind of price they want on these things and just random stuff. I found this sitting in a corner. I'm like, what in the world is that? Because I saw what looked to be my Steelers logo there, and it's pennants. So I haven't even opened this up yet. They wrapped it in like packing tape. I'm like, no, you're gonna ruin these. So let's open these up. There's 2 of them here. I think it's the same. Oh, it is not the same. So there we go. Somebody was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And my Penguins. There we go.
Oh, cool.
So 2 pennants. That was $3 for those 2. I've got some old pennants out in my garage that I haven't pinned anywhere lately, but I had a bunch of those as a kid. And then finally, it pays to know people in high places. And by high places, I mean that own thrift stores and will look for you. So I was at home not too long ago in PA, and a classmate of mine and his wife run a thrift store / antique mall. I think they have like 60 booths in there. And I had just came back. I did not get a chance to visit him when I was home. And he sends me a picture. He says, do you want this? Because when I was up in October, I was telling me I'm looking for this and that and this, I said, I want it because I've been looking for one. It's almost like a grail item for me. And he told me the price. I was like, perfect. And it's in really great shape. And I love Garfield. So I got a Garfield phone.
That's awesome. Wow. Yes.
I had been wanting one of these for a long time. Of course, never lucky to find them at the thrift store, but one of his, it's funny, like whoever owned it before me wrote their name on the bottom, and it's Jason somebody. So it was meant to be. But I brought it home. I showed my daughter, hey, look, you pick up the receiver, you can see his eyes. And she's like, wait, go halfway. Look, he's a zombie. Yeah. So she's been playing with it, We still have a landline, a house phone. I've been tempted to hook it up and see if it still works. But that was like a grail item that I'd been wanting for a long time. He found it for me. They shipped it. And I was very, very grateful to get that lazy cat on my my cabinet out there now. So that was the big find in the last month or so that I actually didn't find.
Like you say, it's all about who you know. I've been trying to get in because not just Goodwill now, all the thrift stores in my area are starting to just only carry Disney clamshell VHS. They've cleared out everything. So I'm like going to the managers. I'm like, here's my number. Call me. I'll bring a bin and you could just fill up the VHS. I'll pick it up every week. I haven't gotten any calls back on that offer. So trying to build the relationships there.
Yeah. It's all about who you know. And if you got somebody to look out for you, most of the time they just dump that stuff and you're like, help me out here.
All right. Why don't I start with VHS then, just for fun here? Actually, I'll start with DVD because I just have a couple and then we'll get to VHS. But this was kind of fun. You're talking about grabbing those, television seasons. I found a sealed 2-disc set of the complete first season of Married with Children.
Nice.
This is when the Bundys weren't quite how we came to know them eventually. This is kind of those early days. So that was fun. Doesn't really sell for that much, but I was figuring, it's still fun to have. This was really cool though. Some of the thrift stores I go to, they'll just have it instead of shelves, just a giant bin of DVDs. They just dump everything in, Sometimes they sell them by weight or whatever. But this jumped out at me because I was like, okay, this,
nice.
Yeah, so this is a DVD, the Spider-Man cartoon, the complete second season, all of that. But for those who know about collecting, if you look right here, this is a UK release.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, so I don't have a region-free player that I know of, but somebody brought these over from the UK, and I just love the presentation here because that's just a beautiful
Interesting
set. This was a random one. Breaking Up is Hard to Do with Billy Crystal, looking real creepy there. But it's so strange. This is basically City Slickers. It's a bunch of guys who recently divorced go on a trip together. 3 friends on a trip.
Oh,
yeah,
never seen it.
Never heard of it either. This was pretty fun here. The Ultimate Beginner Series of Rock Guitar with Nick Nolan. Nick Nolan? But this is what it says here. His bio is fascinating. Nick Nolan won the Eddie Van Halen Scholarship, judged by Eddie himself, to the Guitar Institute of Technology in 1985, and upon graduating immediately became a staff instructor. In addition to playing the Hollywood circuit, Nick is an active session player. He has recorded with Eddie Money, has created numerous soundtracks for television, cartoons, and feature films, in addition to playing live on MTV. I want to find out what cartoons did he do?
Cool.
This one I just picked up because I've seen it so often and I never grab it. So I just said, you know what, I'm finally gonna grab Casper. Might as well. I remember the Pizza Hut tie-in. But also I picked up the Christmas. I don't have it here in my pile, but I picked up the Christmas of that. Now, speaking of kids movies here in the clamshell style, more sealed, exciting classic cartoons. This is Be My Valentine, Charlie Brown, but yeah, still sealed. So we got that one.
Got that one for Big Lots.
Oh yeah.
I recognize the sticker.
It's
yep.
The Pied Piper, Charlie Brown. So obviously lesser editions. And this is, wait a minute. Yeah, Be My Valentine, and then a Charlie Brown Valentine, just different specials about Valentine's Day. I didn't even pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. Now this was the big one as far as VHS for me, because like I say, at my local Goodwill, they're only sharing the VHS of Disney clamshells, but sometimes another one will creep its way in. I didn't know this had a clamshell release, but Beetlejuice.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So I have like 2 copies in the slipcase, but this was definitely a big deal here. Like I was like, wow, and it's in great shape, the tape inside. So I was excited to grab that. All right, let's do some books here. This one I just grabbed for my wife because Muppet Treasure Island, she loves that movie so much. Like that was, I guess in college, she and her roommates just watched it over and over again. Jetsons the movie, just because I saw it in theaters. I was there with the costumed characters. I got photos. So whenever I find Jetsons the movie stuff. This is interesting. The M&M's counting book.
Oh,
and
fun.
It's exactly what it advertises. It's just M&M's. Pictures of random M&M's.
You're supposed to put actual M&Mms on it to entice your kid to learn, is the theory.
It's an incentive. Got it. Okay. But as far as like getting into a little bit of comic strip fun, how about some Foxtrot?
Foxtrot, so good. Such a good comic.
I loved reading this. This was one of my favorites back in the day. So great to have that. This one here, kind of random. I didn't buy it for the book. I bought it for what was on the book. And that is a Babysitter's Club book cover. Okay. So this has to be from like, 91 or something like that. Inside it's a Rescuers Down Under storybook. but I just love this piece of history that somebody put that together back in the day. Get back to Charlie Brown though. So this here is Charlie Brown's super book of things to do and collect. Okay. You can see comic books is not on there. Trading cards is not on there. But the one that stuck out to me the most, I marked it here, is collecting placemats and menus. Okay, so basically it just tells you like a lot of people collect them. It's fun to look at the old prices of food and different things like that. Sometimes you can just call to the restaurant, they'll send it to you. But then randomly in the back, this little piece here. It says, here's what the Peanuts gang ordered at the International Restaurant. Lucy, vegetable soup. Linus, pickled herring. Franklin, a tomato. Peppermint Patty, potato pancakes. Schroeder, roast beef. Charlie Brown, bread and water, because he is a glutton for punishment. Sally, chocolate ice cream. And Snoopy, watermelon. So I don't, just now you know. Now you know what their orders be. Here we go. This was fun. 101 creepy creature jokes. So that was
cool.
The writer on this, though, if you'll look, is Jovial Bob Stein. Bob Stein, the name of anybody? R.L. Stein. That was one of his pen names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll get back
to
that
connection.
Yeah. One of his contemporaries, though, was Christopher Pike. So I got a bunch of these. I love that, that look of these books. There's another one there, obviously for the teenage girl set, but we all read these. They were fun. This one, unfortunately, is not about Sammy Kerr or, the other little Sam with the burlap sack hat, but still Trick or Treat, a fun one for next Halloween. But yeah, getting back to R.L. Stein. So we got the wrong number and the wrong number too.
There you go.
And a couple of goosebumps. So I just started grabbing these whenever I can. I have a lot. I need to keep a checklist with me, but they're still fun to have regardless. This one, yeah, that's pretty creepy. Now, you guys know, I'm going to see them. I'm going to grab them. Every time there's a new Full House book. So I got some Michelle books, got another Stephanie. And this one is interesting because it's got the twins on it. So I thought that was fun.
Cool.
One more little bit of manga here. So we'll see some Trigun fans want to grab that. Getting back to 90s Nickelodeon, some Alex Mack. So I got another one of her adventures. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So we got the exciting adaptation for the kids. And then the big one for me, though, to find, because again, every once in a while they in this, it's kind of it's like a pop culture movie adaptation section sometimes, but I got the Batman Adventures trade paperback of the first run. So people love this series. People love this particular comic book series as well as the animated series. So it's fun to grab that. I did want to show this off though, because Jason sent me this in my Christmas package, but some Batman and Robin movie wrapping paper. So did that came from you, right, Jason?
It did. Yeah.
So we'll see. In a couple of years, maybe that'll be my birthday theme. All right. So I got some 45s for you there, Jason. So you tell me if you've got these picture sleeves. So you got this Howard Jones already?
Yes.
Did. I'm pretty sure you showed this to us, Wang Chung.
Yes. The B-side on that is a really fun remix.
This one, Men Without Hats, the safety dance.
Got that one.
Yeah. Yep. And then this last one here, though, Falco, Rock Me Amadeus.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm to the point now where I just need a jukebox.
This last one though won't fit in a jukebox, but it was still very fun to find. So
Mike Post, yes. Yeah. I have the cassette. That is cool. You found the LP. Yes. Yeah.
I love how they make it look all, he's just like some random schlubby guy.
Yeah, I love it that he's almost like conducting the televisions on the front, though. That's just a classic cover.
All right, last bit here. I have a few toys and games and things. First one here, recently I found a different one of these, but I didn't pick it up, but I had to get just the classic.
Oh, you can talk Ben.
Taco Bell dog. So that was fun. We've been playing the more recent release of the Pac-Man board game a lot. My youngest and I, he loves playing it. But this one here, the card game version.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I had that as a kid, and I picked it up on eBay several years ago when the boys were younger. But it's so weird, like trying to do the exact game.
Yeah, just like cards. Like there's no. He's like, is there figures in it? I'm like, there's no figures, just cards. He's like, okay. And recently too, I've been picking up these board games. And
yes.
So that's a fun one. The other one that I had that was the Rose Petal Place, that sold immediately. Like all the board games seem to go pretty quickly. But the other thing, more contemporary with us, I feel like this does sell for a pretty good amount, and it's rare to find these around. That is Diablo. This is the CD-ROM of this game, but it's
wow.
The complete package. The box is in great shape, and all the stuff is in there. What's interesting about this is Diablo is by Blizzard Entertainment, and Blizzard is they're headquartered in my hometown of Irvine, California. So just kind of little hometown business there. All right, so last one here. I promised it. It's going to be a bookend to everything Jason was showing us. Maybe every once in a while you get lucky. How about a still in the package?
Oh my God.
Sanyo base expander. It's got all the different switches and everything on it. Comes with your headphones in that classic style. So this is like $4. I got this.
I would fall over if I found one of those near me, because I can't. I keep looking. I've looked for years to find one like that, and nothing, man.
Yeah, so that blew me away. I was just like, can't believe it. So time to run. That's it.
Okay. Well, man, another great haul from everybody. We outdo ourselves almost every time, I swear. Just about the time you think you're gonna not be able to top, and you find a Garfield phone waiting for you on your doorstep. So all right, well, happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year to you guys, of course, and we hope you guys will be joining us in the new year. We're still planning to do these about once a month, and I think we're up to episode 7 or 8 now in season 2. So we're going to keep searching, keep coming back here. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment too. Remember, we did put out there about sending us photos that we can react to. So tweet us something. Anybody that's watching that's in the VIP lounge, shoot us some pictures over there. Chris, I know you're watching, so would love to see some pictures. I did, real quick, I was in America's Thrift, and they had, we've been talking about your television and record player, combo.
It's sold, by the way, or they threw it out. Either way, it's gone.
Oh, wow. I found one that was probably double its size. It was huge. And it had to have been back from the 60s or early 70s, because it had 2 reel-to-reel machines and a turntable and a stereo in this thing. And it had these little doors that could fold out and open up. It was a glorious piece of lumber. They wanted $1,000 for it. $1,000. I don't know if it was rare or they just were out of their minds.
Did they include delivery to your house for that $1,000?
You would need probably 2 trucks for this thing. I couldn't fit it in my bedroom. It was huge, so long, but it was glorious. And I took a picture and put it in the lounge there, and I was like, oh my gosh. The ones I see are so beat up and things like that, but I just never seen one with just reel to reel and a turntable. So that kind of sets the time frame of when that thing was gloriously built. Anyway, so send us your pictures of old stereos and whatever you else pieces of furniture that were technology of the time, and we'll react to them. But anyway, we'll let you go for now. Thanks everybody for watching and following us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.